Hello and welcome to week 7, piece 14 of the Wall of Stitches crochet along. And for this piece, we're going to be using the crossed shell stitch. Now this is probably one of the more awkward stitches of this crochet along, but it does look absolutely fabulous. So to make this piece, you're going to need a foundation chain of 66. So to start the cross shell stitch, we're going to be making a single crochet in the second chain from our hook. I'm just going to put a stitch marker in there. So that single crochet is the first stitch of our row. Now we're going to chain 1 and then skip the next 3 stitches. Okay, so chain 1, skip 3 stitches, and in the next stitch, make 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and then 3. So this is the first part of our first shell stitch. Then chain 2. And still working in that same chain, make another 3 double crochet. And these 3 double crochet are the second part of our shell. Okay, so the shells that we make will always be 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet all in the same stitch. Okay, so we're going to chain 1. Then you're going to skip the next 3 stitches, and in the next stitch, make a single crochet. So we've got a nice shell like that. To carry on the row, we're going to make a chain 1, skip the next 3 chains, and in the chain after that, make another shell. So 3 double crochet, all in the same chain, 2 and 3, then chain 2, and still working in that same chain, make the last part of the shell by making another 3 double crochet in that same chain. Okay. So after that double crochet, chain 1, skip 3 stitches and make a single crochet. So chain 1, skip 3 stitches, make a shell, chain 1, skip 3 stitches, single crochet. Continue that all the way across your row. So after the chain 1, so after the single crochet we chain 1, skip 3 stitches, make 3 double crochet in the next stitch, there we go, split my yarn a bit there. So 3 double crochet all in the same chain, chain 2, and finish the shell by making another 3 double crochet, still working in that same chain. Skip 3 stitches, 3, and make a single crochet. So once you get to the end of your row, that's last single crochet will be in the last stitch of the row. There is row 1 of the cross shell stitch. So then we turn, chain 1. So to start row 2, we're going to make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. I'm just going to put a stitch marker in there. Just grab some more yarn. Okay. So do your double crochet turning chain. In that first stitch, you're also going to make a double crochet. Okay, so we've got 2 double crochet. That includes with the turning chain in the first stitch of the row. Then chain 3. We're going to skip to the chain space. So that chain 2 space in the middle of your shell and make a single crochet. Then chain 3. Okay, so now we're coming to these chain spaces here. So we've got a chain space on either side of that single crochet in the row below. We're going to skip the first one and go to the second one. Okay, and in that second chain 1 space, you're going to make a double crochet. And then chain 1. So now we're going to go back and work in this other chain space. And this is where this stitch gets its name of the cross shells. We're working a cross stitch between the shells. So in this stitch here, we're going to make a spike stitch. So yarn over, go back to that chain 1 space, so we're working in front of everything else. Yarn over, pull up loop of your yarn up, and you want to put it up high because this is a spike stitch, and you pull it up so you got the height of the previous stitch, the double crochet. We want these to be the same height. And then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, so you finish it as a double crochet, but we've just got this really long first loop, and that's the spike stitch. And there's your cross. Okay, so after your spike stitch, you're going to chain 3. Skip to the next chain space, which is the chain 2 in the middle of the shell, and make a single crochet. And then chain 3. And we come to our next chain spaces and we make that cross stitch again. So skip to the second chain space. So we skip the first one here. We'll go to the one on the other side of that single crochet and make a double crochet. Chain 1. Go back to the first skipped stitch and make a double crochet spike. So yarn over into that chain space that you skipped, yarn over, flip a loop, pull it up high because it's a spike stitch, and finish as a double crochet. So you got that spike. And then chain 3. And you continue that repeat across the row. Okay, so you do a single crochet in the middle of the stitch, that chain space, chain 3, skip the first chain 1 space, make a double crochet in the next one, chain 1, go back to the first skipped space, make a double crochet spike stitch, chain 3, and you repeat that across the row. So I've just made the cross, chain 3, single crochet in the chain space. Okay, now I'm going to chain 3 again, and I'm coming to the last of the row. So I've got the 3 double crochet, chain 1, and single crochet. So to finish off the row, after the chain 3, we go straight to the last stitch of the row, which in this case is the single crochet turning chain. And we're going to make 2 double crochet in that last stitch. Okay. And that's row 2. Now we get to row 3. So we're going to turn, chain 1, and we're going to make a double crochet turning chain in that first stitch. Just move my stitch marker up. Okay, so also working in this first stitch, going to chain 1 and make 3 double crochet in that first stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so essentially this is the second half of a shell. We've got the turning chain, chain 1, 3 double crochet all in that same stitch. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip to this first single crochet here. Okay, and into that single crochet we're going to make a single crochet. So we're going to have 2 single crochets stacked on top of each other. Okay, and then chain 1. And now we're going to skip to the cross stitch over here. Now in the middle of this you have a chain 1 space. So working into that space there, you're going to make another shell. So 3 double crochet, 2 and 3, chain 2, and still working in that same chain space, make another 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. So you've got a shell in the chain space of that cross stitch in the row below. Then chain 1. Skip to the next single crochet. So we're not working in these big chain spaces. Go to the single crochet and make a single crochet into it. Chain 1. And then skip straight to the next cross stitch. And into there we make another shell. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, still working in that same space, make another 3 double crochet to complete your shell. And then chain 1. And this is how we repeat across the row. So after you chain 1, make a single crochet into that next single crochet. We skip the chain 3 space and just jump to the next single crochet, chain 1, and okay, so that's 3 single crochet in the last stitch of the row. Then I'm going to chain 1 and still working in the last stitch, make another double crochet. So it's the same as how we started, but in reverse. Okay, and that is row 3. So to start row 4, we've turned and we chain 1. We're not going to work in the first stitch of the row. We're going to start in the chain space. Into that chain space, make a single crochet. Okay, so I'll just mark that as the first stitch of the row. So after that single crochet in the chain space, I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to now skip the first chain space because we're going to make more cross stitches. And in the second chain 1 space, on the other side of that single crochet, I'm going to make a double crochet and chain 1. So now we're going to go back and make a double crochet spike. So this is essentially a repeat of row 2. It's just that we're starting and ending it differently because everything is shifted over. So the first spike stitch in row 2 was over here. In row 4, they're not sitting on top of each other. They're staggered between the rows. But it is essentially the same repeat. It's just we start and end the rows a bit differently. So yarn over into the first chain space that we skipped. So we're working backwards. Pull up that spike and finish as a double crochet. So once you finish that spike, we're going to chain 3. Skip to the chain space in between your shells, in the middle of that shell, and make a single crochet. then chain 3. Skip the double crochets, and we're now into these chain spaces on either side of our single crochet again. So we skip the first one, and in the second one we make a double crochet. Chain 1, go back to the first skip stitch and make your double crochet spike. Nice long loop, make sure it's the same height as your previous double crochet stitch, so we've got the height, and then chain 3. Skip to the middle of your shell, and into that chain space, make a single crochet. Okay, so repeating this all the way across. Single crochet into the shell, chain 3, skip the first chain 1 space, and the next one make a double crochet, chain 1, go back to the first skipped chain space, make a double crochet spike stitch, chain 3. And that's your repeat all the way across the row. Okay, so I've just done my single crochet in the middle of the shell, so I chain 3, go skip the next chain space, and the next one make a double crochet. Chain 1, grab some yarn, go back to the first skipped chain 1 space and make a double crochet spike. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 3. So now I've got to the end of the row, and like the row below, instead of working in the last stitch, I'm working in the chain space to make a single crochet. And that single crochet is the last stitch of the row. Okay. Last row of the repeat. Row 5, we turn, chain 1, make a single crochet in the first stitch of the row. Put my stitch marker in. So then we chain 1. And we're going to skip to this chain 1 space where our cross stitches are. And into here we make a shell. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, and another 3 double crochet all in that same chain space. Okay, so again we're making our shells in the chain 1 space of the cross stitches in the row below. Okay. So after the chain 3, we chain 1, skip to the single crochet and make a single crochet and then chain 1. Okay, so that single crochet goes into the single crochet at the row below. We skip the chain 3 spaces. So single crochet, chain 1. Skip to the next chain 1 space, which is between our cross stitches, and make another shell. And you continue this repeat all the way across the row. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then another 3 double crochet, all in that same chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Then chain 1, skip to the next single crochet, so we skip the chain 3 space and make a single crochet in that single crochet stitch, chain 1. Skip to the next chain 1 space between the cross stitches and make another shell. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, and another 3 double crochet, all in that same stitch. Create our shell. After you've made your shell, chain 1. Okay, so when you get to the end of the row, you're going to skip the chain 3 space And into the last stitch, which is a single crochet, you make a single crochet. And that's row 5. So to continue the cross shell stitch, you're going to be repeating rows 2 to 5 until you have as many rows as you need. Okay, so your cross shells need a finishing row. Okay, so if we want to square off this top edge, we need to square it off. So your finishing row, you're going to turn, chain 1, and make a single crochet in the first stitch of the row. I'm going to take that out, we don't need that anymore. Then chain 3. Skip to the chain 2 space at the top of your shell and make a slip stitch. Then chain 3. And then make a single crochet into the single crochet between your 2 shells. Chain 3 and slip stitch into the top of your next shell, and you continue that all the way across. Okay, so you've got chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, oh, I single crocheted, slip stitch into the top of your shell. Okay, and that's going to square things off. Okay, so into the chain space, you slip stitch, into the single crochet, you single crochet with chain 3 between all the stitches. And you continue that until you get to the end of your row. So we'll just make the last couple of stitches here. And slip stitch, then chain 3, and then single crochet into the last stitch of the row. So nice, simple finishing row for your cross shells. To finish your cross shells piece, you're going to repeat rows 2 to 5 until you have 9 rows. And then row 10 will be your finishing row. So once you finish row 10, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to add your border. So for this stitch, you're going to be making a single crochet in each stitch across the top and bottom. So that will give you 65 stitches in total for both top and bottom. And then down the sides, you're going to make 1 single crochet into the rows that are a single crochet on the end, and then 2 single crochet into the sides of the rows that have a double crochet, and that will give you 14 single crochet down each side, and then you add another stitch in the corners for the turn. So then you can add the rest of your border to get your 3 rounds in total. And if you need a reminder on how the border is done, then you can click the link that comes up either on your screen or in the description of the video. Once you finish your border, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then you're going to join this piece to your treads piece that you did before. So once you've done that, that's this piece complete and week 7 complete. So as always, if you have any questions, please do come over to the Facebook group, Froggity Frogs Ribs and Stitch, and you can ask any questions you have, join in the chat, and of course, please do come and show off your pieces as well. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next week for the next 2 pieces. Bye for now.